Hello everyone, today we are going to learn Chapter 7 Factors of Production from your Social Science textbook. In this video, I'll be covering each and every line from the chapter so you don't miss anything important. Make sure to keep your notebook and pen ready and take notes while watching. This will help you remember the concepts better. You can pause or rewind any time to write things down. So, let's begin. First, we have a quote by Bibek Debroy, Chairman Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister 2017 to 2024. Bibek Debroy is a well-known Indian economist and writer. He was the chairman of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister from 2017 to 2024. This council gives advice to the government on how to improve India's economy. He has also written many books including translations of the Mahabharata and Ramayana. For a country like India, the largest contribution to growth and productivity will probably come about from more efficiently using land, labor and capital. Thus, they must be used more efficiently. So, India is a big country with lots of people, that is labor, plenty of land and money and machines, that is capital. But sometimes, we don't use these things in the best or smartest way. So what's the message here? India already has a lot of land, people and money. If we learn how to use them better and more wisely, we can grow faster as a country and improve everyone's life. Some pictures are given here related to the topic of our chapter. The big questions are, what are the factors of production? How are these factors interconnected? What is the role of human capital in production and what are its facilitators? We will learn answers for these questions in this chapter. Figure 7.2, a glimpse at the production of some goods. Here we can see how different goods are produced in various industries. Introduction. Have you ever wondered how your clothes, shoes, school bag, furniture, phone, computer, etc. are made? Every product around you goes through a production process before it finally reaches you. This production process involves using resources or inputs required to produce the final product. The resources or inputs used in producing goods and services are hence called factors of production. Have you ever thought about how your clothes, shoes, school bag, furniture, phone or computer are made? All these things go through a production process before they reach you. To produce these things, certain resources or inputs are needed. These resources or inputs are called factors of production. They are the inputs used to make goods and services, and without them, production cannot happen. Meet Ratna, who runs a small restaurant named Pause Point on the city outskirts, popular among highway travelers for its tasty, high-quality food. Pause Point is growing with a team of 7 people who assist Ratna in managing the business. When she started 5 years ago, she had to choose a location, organize money for rent and equipment, hire staff, buy ingredients and plan how to make her dream a success. So, Ratna owns a small restaurant called Pause Point located on the outskirts of a city. Her restaurant is well known among people traveling on the highway because of its delicious and good quality food. Ratna's business is growing and she now has a team of 7 people helping her run the restaurant. But when she started 5 years ago, it wasn't easy. She had to make several important decisions like choosing the right location for the restaurant, arranging money for rent and buying kitchen equipments, hiring staff to help her, buying the right ingredients and planning everything carefully to turn her idea into a successful business. Businesses combine various inputs or factors of production to create goods and services, which also generate opportunities for people to engage in economic activities. Business, a firm, a shop, a factory, etc., which produces or sells goods or provides a service. So, business means a place or organization where people either make products, sell products, or provide services to others. It could be a shop where people buy things like clothes, books, or groceries, or a factory where products like clothes, furniture, or electronics are made, or it could be a firm, which is a company or group of people working together, or it could be a place that provides services like a restaurant, a bank, or a repair shop. In simple words, a business is any place that helps people by making or selling things or by providing services. So, businesses use different things called inputs or factors of production, like money, workers, machines, and materials, to make goods. That is, things you can touch, or provide services, help, or work for others. By doing this, businesses create jobs and chances for people to earn money and take part in the economy. This means businesses don't just make products or services, they also help people work and earn a living. Let's explore. In small groups, study the economic activities around your locality. What are the different types of goods and services being made or provided? So, you need to get into small groups with your classmates. You have to look around your neighborhood or town and observe the different businesses. Find out what kinds of goods and services are made or provided. Write down the names of those businesses and what they offer. Here is a small report that Lata, Asha, Mohan, and Kiran made. You can make your own report for shops of your choice. So, according to the report given by them, there are 13 grocery shops in their locality offering food grains, milk, and bread. Types of inputs required are packaged goods, perishables, storage space. And there are 8 restaurants or food stalls. They provide cooked meals, snacks, and beverages. And they need raw ingredients like vegetables and fruit, gas, utensils, cook, or helper. And there are 15 vegetable vendors. They sell fresh vegetables and fruits. And they need fresh produce, baskets, weighing scale, cart, or stall. And there are 4 mobile repair shops. And they provide mobile repair and mobile accessories. They need tools, spare parts, knowledge, and skills of mobile components and functions. And they have 3 salons or parlors. They do haircut, grooming, beauty services. And they need scissors, creams, beauty products, water, and electricity. Looking at your group's report, think about the following. Where do people get the money that they need for their business? I will give you a sample answer for all these questions. You can write your answers based on this example. People get money for their business from different sources. Some common ways are savings. They can use their own saved money to start or grow the business. Family and friends. Sometimes people borrow money from family or friends. Banks. They can get loans from banks, which they have to pay back with interest. Investors. Some people get money from investors who put money into the business hoping to share the profits. Government schemes. Sometimes the government gives loans or support to help people start business. Where did the hairdresser get trained? A hairdresser usually gets trained in one of these ways. Many hairdressers attend special schools or training centers where they learn about cutting, styling, and caring for hair. Some learn by working with an experienced hairdresser, watching and practicing under their guidance. Sometimes hairdressers learn by working in a salon and improving their skills over time. Who taught the food vendors to cook? Food vendors usually learn to cook in different ways. Many learn cooking from their parents or relatives at home. They practice a lot by cooking regularly and improving their skills over time. Some attend cooking classes or training programs to learn new recipes and techniques. Working with other cooks or vendors helps them learn different styles and ways of cooking. So, food vendors often learn by watching, practicing, and sometimes through formal training. What motivated the business owners to start their business? Business owners start their businesses for different reasons, such as to earn money. They want to make a living and support themselves and their families. To be independent. They want to be their own boss and make their own decisions. To use their skills. They may have a special skill or talent like cooking or repairing things and want to use it to help others, to serve the community. Some want to provide useful goods or services that people need, to grow and expand. They want to create something bigger and successful over time. So the main motivation is usually to earn a living, follow their passion and help people. In economics, the inputs used in a production process or the factors of production are classified into 4 types: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Technology is a facilitator and a crucial factor that enables businesses to produce more goods with the same or fewer inputs. Let's learn more about these inputs in the sections ahead. In economics, businesses need certain important things to produce goods or provide services. These are called factors of production and there are 4 main types. Land, this means natural resources like soil, water, minerals, forests and space where businesses can build factories or farms. Labor, this is the work done by people. It includes the skills, effort and time workers put into making goods or providing services. Capital, this means the money, machines, tools, buildings and equipments used to produce goods and services. Entrepreneurship, this is the ability and willingness of a person to organize the other 3 factors, that is land, labor and capital, and take risks to start and run a business. Technology is not one of the 4 factors, but it is very important because it helps businesses make more products quickly and with fewer resources. For example, machines or computers can help workers to do their jobs better and faster. Factors of production. Land, natural resources. The word land in economics encompasses not only geographical land but also natural resources like soil, forest, water, air, sunlight, minerals, oil and natural gas. Recollect the chapter on natural resources and their use where we discussed different types of resources that nature gives to us and how we use them. Businesses either purchase the required land or pay rent to use it for a period of time. So, in economics, the word land doesn't just mean the ground or soil. It also includes all the natural resources that come from nature, like soil, forest, water, air, sunlight, minerals like gold, iron, oil, and natural gas. Remember, when we studied the chapter on natural resources and their use, we learned how these resources are gifts from nature that help us live and work. Businesses need land and these natural resources to produce goods. Sometimes they buy the land and other times they pay rent to use it for some time. Let's explore. Revisit the table in your report. Which of the items on your list can be labeled as land? Look back at the list of goods and services you wrote in your report about local businesses. Now think about which of those items come from natural resources or land. For example, fruits and vegetables sold in the grocery store come from soil, water and sunlight. Rice and spices sold in the grocery store come from soil and plants. Wood used in making furniture comes from forest. Water used in the restaurant and bakery comes from natural water resources. Minerals or oil, if any local factories use them, come from underground natural resources. These are examples of how natural resources or land are used by businesses to make goods. So check your list and circle or highlight the items that come directly from natural resources or land. Labor, human resources. Labor is essential in production involving physical and mental effort. Carpenters, farmers, construction workers, teachers, and doctors use varying levels of physical strength, knowledge, and skill. Everyone contributes differently through their work, helping create goods and services for society's needs. Skill means the ability to do an activity or job well with practice and training. So, skill means the ability to do a task or job really well. People develop skills by practicing and learning over time. For example, a hairdresser needs skill to cut, style, and hair nicely. A cook needs skill to prepare tasty food. A mechanic needs skill to fix machines properly. Skills help people do their work better and faster. So, labor means the work done by people to make goods or provide services. It includes both physical effort, like the strength used by carpenters, farmers, or construction workers, mental effort, like the knowledge and skill used by teachers and doctors. Everyone's work is important because it helps create things we need or provide services that help society. People as a resource. Human beings play a key role in economic activities and production processes as they apply their knowledge, skills, and decision-making abilities to create goods and services. For example, a police officer maintains law and order, a scientist invents new technologies, a chef develops new recipes, etc. They all require a special set of knowledge and skills to perform well. Of course, they all must be dedicated to their work to do a good job. So, people are very important in making goods and providing services. They use their knowledge, skills, and decision making to do their jobs well. For example, a police officer keeps the community safe by maintaining law and order. A scientist creates new inventions and technologies that help businesses and people. A chef develops new recipes to make tasty food for customers. All these jobs need special knowledge and skills. Plus, people need to be dedicated and work hard to do a good job and help society. The word labor refers to the physical and mental effort used in production. However, human capital refers to the specialized skills, knowledge, abilities, and expertise required to perform that labor. Thus, human capital is not just the basic efforts of labor, but also the quality and the efficiency of that labor. So, labor means the physical and mental effort people put into work like lifting, building, thinking, or teaching. Human capital means more than just working hard. It means working well and smart because of your skills, knowledge, and experience. So, it's not just about trying your best, but also about how good and effective your work is. For example, a skilled doctor or an experienced mechanic can do their job better and faster because of their human capital. Figure 7.3, Worker at a tea plantation. A worker at a tea plantation is someone who helps pick tea leaves from the tea plants. This work involves lot of physical labor because they have to move through the fields, carefully pluck the leaves by hand, and carry baskets full of tea leaves. This job requires skill and experience to know which leaves to pick so that only the best ones are chosen. The quality of the tea depends on how well the workers do their job. So, a tea plantation worker uses both physical effort, that is labor, and knowledge or skill, that is human capital, to help produce good quality tea that people enjoy. Figure 7.4, Chemical Engineer. A chemical engineer is a person who uses science and technology to design and improve processes that turn raw materials into useful products like medicines, fuels, plastics, and chemicals. They use their knowledge and skills to make sure the production is safe, efficient, and good for the environment. This job involves a lot of mental effort and requires special training and education. A great example of human capital. Figure 7.5, Carpenter. Carpenters use their hands-on skill and experience to measure, cut, shape, and join wood carefully so the final product is strong and looks good. This work involves both physical effort and special skills that come from training and practice. Figure 7.6, Software Developer. A software developer is a person who creates computer programs and applications that we use on phones, computers, and other devices. They use their knowledge of coding and technology to write instructions, that tell the computer what to do. This job requires a lot of mental effort, skills, and creativity. They play a big role in today's digital world, helping businesses and people with technology. Facilitators of human capital, education and training. Education helps individuals gain knowledge, starting with basic literacy and extending to expertise in specific fields. What you earn in school enriches your knowledge and prepares you to solve real-world problems. For example, a civil engineering student learns principles of design and materials which are applied to building infrastructure like roads and bridges. The challenge lies in creating durable, cost-efficient, and eco-friendly solutions. Facilitators are things or people that help make something easier or better. In the context of human capital, education and training are facilitators because they help people learn new skills and knowledge. This makes it easier for them to do their job well. For example, schools and colleges are facilitators because they teach you important things. Training programs are facilitators because they help you practice and improve your skills. Education and training help people gain the knowledge and skills they need to do their jobs well. It starts with learning basic things like reading and writing and continues to learning special skills in specific areas. For example, a civil engineering student learns about designing buildings, roads, and bridges. They study materials and techniques to make sure these structures are strong, affordable, and good for the environment. What you learn in school prepares you to solve real problems in the world. This makes your labor more valuable because you can work better and smarter. This is achieved through training such as observing construction sites, testing materials, understanding safety procedures, and hands-on application. With education and training, individuals are prepared to excel in their careers. Training, it is the process of learning the required skills to do a particular job or activity. So, training is the process of learning specific skills needed to do a particular job or activity. For example, a chef gets training to learn how to cook different dishes. A driver gets training to learn how to drive safely. Training helps people become better and more confident in their work. It is an important facilitator of human capital because it improves the quality of labor. So, a civil engineering student gains skills and experience through training, which includes visiting construction sites, testing different materials, learning about safety rules, practicing what they learn. Hands-on application means learning by doing it yourself. When people get both education, that is learning in school or college, and training, that is by learning by doing, they are better prepared to do their jobs well and succeed in their careers. Healthcare. Good health supports cognitive development, allowing children to attend school regularly and learn better. Similarly, workers are able to give their best physically and mentally when they are of sound body. They are able to do more in shorter time periods, be creative, and do not have to be away from work due to ill health. Cognitive, it refers to the process of learning, knowing, and understanding. The word cognitive refers to how our brain works when we learn, think, remember, and understand things. It includes skills like reading and understanding a lesson, solving problems in math, remembering what you studied, thinking and making decisions. These are called cognitive skills and they are very important for learning in school and doing well in any job. So, good health is very important for both students and workers. When children are healthy, they can go to school regularly and learn better. Their brains work well, which helps in thinking, understanding, and remembering. This is called cognitive development. When workers are healthy, they can do their jobs better physically and mentally. They get more work done in less time. They can be more creative. They don't miss work due to sickness. So, good health helps people learn well, work better, and live a successful life. Think about it. How do infrastructure and healthcare systems like hospitals, primary healthcare centers, doctors, pharmacies, diagnostic labs, etc. contribute to developing human capital? Infrastructure means the basic things a country or place needs to work properly. Things like hospitals, clinics, doctors, pharmacies, and labs are part of the healthcare system. They help people stay healthy and strong, which is very important for learning and working. What is human capital? Human capital means the skills, knowledge, and health that people have, which helps them work better and contribute to the country. So, how healthcare helps? Hospitals and clinics treat people and help them stay healthy. Doctors and nurses take care of patients. Pharmacies give medicines. Diagnostic labs help find out what sickness a person has. Primary health centers provide basic health services in villages and small towns. When people are healthy, they can go to school regularly, work harder and smarter, learn new skills, earn more money. Good healthcare and strong infrastructure keep people healthy so they can learn, work, and build a better future. That's how infrastructure and healthcare systems help develop human capital. Social and cultural influences. A culture of hard work, continuous improvement, and endeavoring to do things well has helped countries to move forward. There is a Japanese concept called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. This concept has been applied in Japan since the mid-1940s and has helped Japan achieve higher standards of living for its people. So, when people in a country work hard, try to improve continuously, and always try to do things better, the whole country benefits. This helps in developing human capital and improving the quality of life. In Japan, there is a special idea called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. It started in the mid-1940s after World War II. People and businesses in Japan began focusing on small everyday improvements in work and life. This helped Japan become a strong economy and give its people a better standard of living. Kaizen teaches us that even small steps toward getting better, like improving how we study, work, or solve problems, can lead to big success over time. Another example could be that of German work ethic, which is deeply rooted in their history. Germany is renowned for its high-quality industrial output. They place a high value on punctuality, attention to detail, and quality. These qualities of their human capital contributed to their rise as a global leader in technology and manufacturing. So, another great example of how human capital helps a country grow is Germany. Germany is known all over the world for its high-quality products like cars, machines, and tools. This success comes from the work ethic of the German people. The German work ethic includes punctuality, that is, always being on time, attention to detail, doing things carefully and correctly, focus on quality, making sure the product or work is the best it can be. Because of these values, Germany has become a global leader in technology and manufacturing. This shows that when people are disciplined, skilled, and committed to quality, they help their country grow and succeed. Let's explore. Let's do a small experiment. Make a list of 10 working adults in your family and neighborhood. Ask them to describe the culture at their workplace. Share notes with your classmates. What did you discover? What are some adjectives that occur more frequently? So, you need to make a list of 10 working adults. This could be family members, neighbors, or family friends. Ask them to describe the culture at their workplace in a few words. Culture means how people behave, work together, and what values are important at their job. Write down the adjectives or phrases they use, like friendly, stressful, disciplined, team-oriented, etc. Share your findings with your classmates. As a group, look for common adjectives. Which words are repeated the most? I will give you a sample answer for this question. You can write your own answer based on this example. In the tapestry chapters, we have seen examples of the art and architecture in India across several centuries. What do you think are the factors that enable their creators to achieve such high levels of excellence? Discuss in groups and share in class. In the tapestry chapters, you have read about the beautiful temples, forts, palaces, paintings, and sculptures created in India over many centuries. Now, let's think and discuss what helped the artists, architects, and craftsmen of those times create such excellent and long-lasting works. Sample answer: the creators of Indian art and architecture achieved great excellence because of several important factors. Skilled artists and craftsmen. They had special training and years of experience which helped them create detailed and beautiful works. Support from kings and rulers. Many kings and rulers supported art and architecture by giving money, resources, and encouragement to artists and builders. Good quality materials. They used strong and lasting materials like stone, metal, and wood, which helped their creations last for many years. Religious and cultural motivation. Art and architecture were often created for religious places like temples and mosques, inspiring creators to put their best efforts into the work. Innovative techniques. Artists and builders developed new tools and methods that allowed them to create detailed designs and strong structures. Passing skills to the next generation. Knowledge and skills were taught from parents to children or teachers to students, improving the quality of art and architecture over time. These factors together helped Indian artists and architects create masterpieces that are admired even today. Challenges to human capital. Our nation has come a long way in various aspects of human capital since independence. Literacy is an important characteristic of the population and helps enhance the skills and productivity of human capital. The adult literacy rate in India is 85% for males and 70% for females as of 2023 as per the World Bank estimates. Despite progress in many areas, India faces challenges in developing human capital. Productivity, ability to do more in a particular time period. Productivity means the ability to do more work in less time or within a given time period. It shows how efficiently a person or machine can produce something. If you finish your homework in 1 hour instead of 2 hours, your productivity has improved. Adult literacy rate. Percentage of people aged 15 and above who can read and write with understanding a short, simple statement about their everyday life. Literacy means being able to read and write. Adult literacy rate is the percentage of adults, that is, people who are 15 years or older, who can read and write simple sentences. For example, if someone can read a signboard, fill out a basic form, or write a message, they are considered literate. Since India became independent, our country has made a lot of progress in developing human capital. That means improving the skills, knowledge, and health of people. One very important part of this is literacy. When more people can read and write, they can learn new skills and work better. As of 2023, about 85% of males in India can read and write, and about 70% of females in India can read and write. These numbers show good progress, but there are still challenges because not everyone is literate yet, especially among women. Think about it. Shivai, a student at Saraswati Vidyalaya in grade 8, had to drop out of school 2 years back as his father lost his job. How do you think the loss of schooling years will affect Shivai when he grows up? So, Shivai was studying in grade 8 at Saraswati Vidyalaya. But 2 years ago, he had to stop going to school because his father lost his job. Without his father's income, his family might have faced money problems, making it hard to pay for school fees or other expenses. Then Shivai had to stop going to school 2 years ago. It can affect him in different ways when he grows up. For example, fewer skills and knowledge. He misses out on learning important things that help him getting good jobs and handling everyday problems. Limited job opportunities. Without completing his education, Shivai may find it harder to get well-paying or skilled jobs. Lower confidence and abilities. School helps build confidence, thinking skills, and communication. Missing school can make it difficult to develop these fully. Challenges in life decisions. Education helps people make better decisions about health, money, and other important areas. Missing school could make this harder for Shiva. What problems could businesses face when they do not find workers with the required skills? When businesses can't find workers with the right skills, they may face several problems. Lower quality of products or services. Unskilled workers might make mistakes or produce goods that are not good enough. Reduced productivity. Work may take longer and be less efficient, so the business can't make as much in the same time. Increased training costs. Businesses may have to spend more time and money to train workers who don't have the needed skills. Customer complaints. Poor quality or slow service can make customers unhappy and they may stop buying from that business. Loss of competitiveness. If other businesses have skilled workers and this one doesn't, it might lose customers and profits. So in short, skilled workers are very important for businesses to do well and grow. According to the Economic Survey of India 2024, 65% of people in India are below the age of 35 years. This means that India has a young productive population which may help the country reap the benefits of a demographic dividend. The demographic dividend refers to the benefit a country gets when it has a large number of young and working people. When more people are working and earning and fewer people depending on them, the country can grow businesses and improve living standards. So, according to the Economic Survey of India 2024, about 65% of people in India are younger than 35 years old. This means India has a large number of young people who can work and contribute to the country. This situation is called a demographic dividend. It means when a country has many young and working people and fewer dependents like children or elderly, it can grow more businesses, create more jobs, increase income and savings, improve the standard of living for everyone. To take advantage of this potential, individuals must have access to quality education, health, training and skilling, which would contribute to the nation's progress. You will learn more about this in the year ahead in the chapter on demographics. So, India has many young people, which is a great chance for the country to grow and become stronger. But to use this chance well, every person needs good education to learn useful skills and knowledge, good health to stay strong and active, training and skilling to be ready for different jobs. When people get these things, they can work better, earn more, and help the whole nation progress. You will learn more about this important topic in the upcoming chapter on demographics. Figure 7.8, Students Writing an Exam. Think about it. Are some jobs more important than others? What would happen if nobody cleaned the streets, collected the trash, farmers stopped cultivating the crops, doctors were not available to treat patients, and so on? Do you think some jobs are more important than others? No, every job is important in its own way because they all help society run smoothly. Think about this. What if no one cleaned the streets or collected trash? The streets would become dirty and unhealthy for everyone. What if farmers stopped growing crops? There would be no food to eat. What if doctors weren't there to treat patients? People would stay sick and might not get better. All jobs are connected and depend on each other. Without one, others can't work properly. So, no job is less important. Everyone's work helps make life better for all of us. Today, there is a vast variety of jobs requiring different kinds of skills. However, India has had a rich legacy of skill-based knowledge systems and workmanship. Today, there are many different kinds of jobs that need different skills like using computers, fixing machines, teaching, or making things by hand. But India has a long history of skill-based knowledge. For many centuries, people in India have been famous for their craftsmanship and skilled work such as making beautiful handicrafts and textiles, building amazing temples and monuments, practicing traditional medicine and healing, creating jewelry, pottery, and metalwork. This rich heritage shows that skills and hard work have always been very important in India. India's ancient skill heritage. For ancient Indians, work was a form of expressing their nature and striving for perfection, and offering to the deity or the receiver, as the case may be. It had to be created or done with devotion. The tools, a type of technology used, were worshipped. This tradition continues as Vishwakarma Puja or Ayudha Puja. So, creating products involved a unique blend of kala, that is art, and vidya, that is knowledge. So, for ancient Indians, work was more than just a job. It was a way to express their true nature and to try for perfection. They believed that every task or product was like an offering, either to a god or to the person who would use it. Because of this, they did their work with devotion and care. Even the tools they used were considered special and worshipped. This tradition continues today in festivals like Vishwakarma Puja or Ayudha Puja, where people honor the tools and machines they work with. Knowledge was passed on from generation to generation and also built on. The Shilpa Sastras or ancient texts that contain detailed design guidelines on sculptures, paintings, buildings, wooden items, and jewelry. For example, text on sculpture prescribe exact specification regarding postures, colors, measurements, and proportions of figures. In ancient India, knowledge about art, design, and craftsmanship was passed down from one generation to the next. But it didn't just stay the same. People also added new ideas and improved what they knew. One important source of this knowledge was the Shilpa Sastras, which are old books that gave detailed instructions on how to make things like sculptures, that is, statues and carvings, paintings, buildings, wooden items, and jewelry. For example, the text on sculpture explained exactly how to create beautiful statues, the right postures, colors, measurements, and proportions of the figures had to be followed carefully. This careful passing on and improving of knowledge helped create some of the amazing art and architecture India is famous for. Don't miss out. Generations of families of sculptors have worked on constructing India's temples over centuries. They used their skills without expecting to see the finished outcome. They pursued excellence, considering work as worship by practicing regularly and learning new techniques. So, for many generations, families of sculptors have worked together to build India's beautiful temples. These sculptors passed down their skills from parents to children over hundreds of years. They worked hard and patiently, often without seeing the finished temple themselves because it took many years to complete. They believed that their work was a form of worship, a way to show devotion and respect. To achieve the best result, they practiced regularly and always tried to learn new techniques to improve their craft. This shows how dedication, skill, and devotion were important in creating India's amazing temples that still inspire us today. Stitched shipbuilding. Indians used a unique stitching technique dating back over 2000 years to make ships and boats, which they used to conduct maritime trade and cultural exchanges across the Indian Ocean. The technique involved stitching wooden planks together using cords instead of nails, which made them flexible and helped the ships navigate the Indian Ocean with ease. So, Indians were skilled shipbuilders more than 2000 years ago. They used a special stitching technique to make ships and boats. Instead of using nails, they stitched wooden planks together with strong cords. This made the ships flexible so they could move easily and safely through the waves of the Indian Ocean. Figure 7.9 recreation of the 5th century stitched ship. This picture shows a model of a ship built using the ancient Indian stitching technique from the 5th century. Here you can see that instead of using nails, the wooden planks of the ship are stitched together with strong cords. This shows how advanced and clever ancient Indian shipbuilders were. Let's explore. Many of the traditional techniques of production have either disappeared or are on a decline. For example, the stitching of ships saw a severe decline after the arrival of Europeans in the Indian Ocean in the 16th century. This technique is now used for small fishing boats. So many traditional ways of making things have either disappeared or are used less today. For example, the special stitching technique used to build large ships in ancient India declined after Europeans arrived in the Indian Ocean during the 16th century. Today, this stitching method is mostly used only for small fishing boats. Why do you think the use of indigenous techniques has declined? Discuss in the class. There are several reasons why traditional or indigenous techniques are used less today. New technologies. Modern tools and machines are faster and sometimes cheaper, so people prefer using them. Change in demand. People's needs and tastes have changed, so old methods may not be suitable for today's products. Competition. Global competition means businesses want to produce more and sell faster, often using newer methods. Loss of skills. Fewer young people learn these old skills, so they slowly disappear. Cost and time. Traditional techniques often take more time and may cost more than modern methods. Find out some techniques and products from your region that showcase human effort and skill. Explain briefly using drawings and text in the class. So you need to look around your town or village and find out about traditional skills and products. Some examples could be hand-woven fabrics or clothes, pottery or clay items, wooden crafts or furniture, traditional paintings or art forms, local food recipes made by hand, any special tools or machines used in old methods, and draw a picture showing the product or the process. Present your findings to your classmates using your drawings and text. Capital. Businesses also require capital that comprises monetary resources and durable assets like machinery, tools, equipment, vehicles, vending carts, computers, shops, factories, office buildings, etc. for their day-to-day operations. Just as Ratna would have required money to take the land on lease, buy the furniture and the kitchen equipment, etc., these are all called capital. Money plus human-made resources that are used to produce goods and services. Capital in economics, any asset, whether physical or financial, used to produce goods and services. So capital means anything like money or tools that helps us make goods or provide services. In economics, capital can be financial capital, that is money used to start or grow a business, or physical capital, that is man-made things like machines, tools, buildings or vehicles that help in production. So capital is any money or man-made thing used to produce goods or services. Monetary resources means money that is used to run a business or do important work like cash, bank savings, loans, investments, etc. Durable assets means things that last a long time and are used in a business to help produce goods or services. They can be used again and again for many years. So, capital is everything a business needs to run properly every day. It includes money and man-made things like machinery, tools, equipment, vehicles, vending carts, computers, shops, factories, office buildings, etc. These are all used to produce goods or provide services. Think about Ratna who wants to open a restaurant. To do this, she needs money to take land on lease or to buy furniture and kitchen equipment like stoves, ovens and utensils. All these things, money plus tools plus machines plus furniture are called capital. In simple words, capital equals money plus human-made resources that help a business to make goods and provide services. Capital is essential to a manufacturing unit or a services sector enterprise. But where do businesses get their capital? Generally, personal savings, family, and friends are the first source of funds and support for individuals when they start a business. Just as Ratna did when she started her business. However, the funds were insufficient for Ratna to start the business, so she took a loan from the bank to meet the shortfall. She paid interest along with a part of her loan amount over a period of time. We know that the capital, that is money and tools or machines, is very important for any business, whether it's making things in a factory, that is manufacturing, or offering services like a restaurant or salon. But where does this capital come from? Let's take the example of Ratna, who wanted to start her own restaurant. She used personal savings. Then, sometimes our family or friends also help us by giving money or support. Even after using her savings and help from family and friends, Ratna still didn't have enough money. So she went to a bank and asked for a loan. The bank gave her the money she needed, but she had to pay back the money slowly over time and also pay extra money called interest. Definition for the interest is given here. The amount of money paid by the borrower of a loan to the lender for using their money for a specific time. So what is interest? Interest is the extra money a borrower, that is someone who takes a loan, pays to a lender, that is the person or bank who gave the loan, for using their money for a certain period. Similarly, large companies require a lot of money to expand their business. Hence, they raise money from the general public through the stock market. The stock market is a special type of market where shares are bought and sold. Large companies raise money from the public by offering them a share of the profits called a dividend. In other words, big businesses can raise money or financial capital through such a market and can sell shares of their business. You will learn the exact mechanism of how this works in the higher grades. Dividend: an amount of money paid regularly by a company to its shareholders out of its profits. So when someone buys shares, that is small parts of ownership in a company, they become a shareholder. If the company earns a profit, it may decide to share some of that profit with its shareholders. The money given to shareholders from the company's profit is called a dividend. So, big companies need a lot of money to grow and expand their business. For example, to open new branches, buy more machines, or launch new products. So, how do they get that money? These companies raise money from the general public through the stock market. The stock market is a special kind of market where people buy and sell shares, that is, small parts of a company. When a company needs money, it sells shares of its business to the public. People who buy these shares become shareholders, part owners of the company. In return, the company gives them a part of the profits called a dividend. So, big companies sell shares in the stock market to get money. People buy those shares and become owners of a small part of the company. When the company makes a profit, they may give some of it to the shareholders as a dividend. You will learn exactly how the stock market works in higher classes. This is just a basic idea for now. Let's explore. Identify a factory in your region. Find out how much capital may have been invested in the construction of the factory. You may provide an estimate. What kinds of equipment does the factory use to create its finished products? So you need to find out any factory near where you live. Try to learn or guess how much money was spent to build and start that factory. This includes money spent on land, buildings, machines, and other things needed to run the factory. Find out what tools, machines, or technology the factory uses to make the things it sells. These could be machines for making, cutting, mixing, packing, or checking the products. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship means starting your own business or creating something new to solve a problem. An entrepreneur is a person who comes up with an idea, takes risks, gathers other factors of production, and works hard to make their startup idea successful. Startup. A startup is an entrepreneurial venture with limited resources that aims at rapid growth and expansion while leveraging technology. So, a startup is a New business started by one or more people called entrepreneurs who have an innovative idea. It usually starts with limited money and resources. The goal is to grow quickly and become successful. Most startups use technology to solve problems or improve products and services. So in simple words, a startup is a small new business that tries to grow fast using smart ideas and technology. So entrepreneurship means starting your own business or creating something new to solve a problem. It's about having an idea and turning it into a real business. And an entrepreneur is a person who comes up with a new idea, takes risks to try something new, brings together land, labor, capital and other resources and works hard to make their startup successful. So, entrepreneurship is starting a business with a new idea and entrepreneur is a person who starts and runs it. Figure 7.12 Bamboo and cane products, Arunachal Pradesh. Figure 7.13 Food processing. Figure 7.14 Pottery products, Delhi. Figure 7.15 Petrochemical plant. All these pictures show different types of businesses started by people who use local resources or technology. They take risks, create useful products, and aim to earn money and grow. These people are called entrepreneurs, and their actions are examples of entrepreneurship. An entrepreneur's vision for solving a problem helps bring innovative products and services to the market that benefit society and the nation. At the same time, they also create job opportunities and support livelihoods. In return, they derive a deep sense of satisfaction from seeing their dreams become a reality and serving the people. So, an entrepreneur is someone who has a vision, an idea to solve a problem in a new or better way. They create innovative products or services that help people in everyday life. They make things easier, faster or more useful. They benefit society and the nation. At the same time, they create jobs for other people. They help people earn a living. They support the local economy. So, what do entrepreneurs get in return? They feel happy and proud when their idea becomes real. They enjoy seeing their dream come true. They feel good about helping people. Thus, an entrepreneur is one who identifies a problem and is resolute to solve it with an innovative solution. So, an entrepreneur is someone who notices a problem around them and they decide to fix it in a new and creative way. If someone is resolute, it means they don't give up easily. They stay strong and keep trying until they solve the problem. And innovative means they don't just copy old ways. They think differently and come up with fresh and smart ideas. Takes risks by investing money and time. So an entrepreneur doesn't always know if their idea will work. They have to take risks. That means they might lose money, time or effort, but they still believe in their idea and are willing to take risks. Makes key decisions regarding the operation and functioning of his or her business. So an entrepreneur is the boss of their business who make important decisions about how the business works every day. They decide things like what products to make, how to sell them and how to manage money. Also plans how to keep the business running smoothly and growing. Entrepreneurs don't just have ideas. They also plan, organize and manage everything to make sure their idea turns into success. Combines various factors of production. So, an entrepreneur brings together all the important things called factors of production that are needed to produce goods or services. So, what are the factors of production? Yes, they are land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur's job is to combine all these things in the right way to make the business work successfully. Contributes to the welfare of society with his or her innovation. So, entrepreneurs don't just start business to earn money. They also help society through their new and useful ideas. This is called innovation, finding smart, creative ways to solve real-life problems. When an entrepreneur creates something that saves time or energy, helps the environment, makes life easier for others and creates jobs for people, They are making a positive difference in the world. So entrepreneurs play an important role in building a better world with their innovations. So these are the tasks performed by an entrepreneur. The man who dreamed big for India, J.R.D. Tata, entrepreneur, industrialist and philanthropist. Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai, J.R.D. Tata was one of India's greatest entrepreneurs and played a big role in building modern India. He was born in 1904 and became the head of the Tata Group, one of the largest business groups in the country. He believed that businesses should not only make money but also help society. So we are now going to learn about a man who dreamed big for India and worked hard to turn those dreams into reality. He was not only a successful businessman but also someone who cared deeply about the people of India. Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata, known as J.R.D. Tata, was one of India's greatest entrepreneurs. He played a major role in shaping modern India. He was born in 1904 and later became the head of the Tata Group, one of the largest and most respected business groups in the country. An industrialist is a person who owns, runs large industries, factories or big businesses. A philanthropist is someone who helps society by donating money, time or effort to good causes. J.R.D. Tata was a philanthropist because he supported education, healthcare and many social projects to help people. J.R.D. Tata believed that a business should not just make money but also help people and make the world a better place. He showed how businesses can be successful and kind to society at the same time. He started India's first airline, Tata Airlines, in 1932, which later became Air India. Under his leadership, the Tata Group expanded into many areas like steel, cars, power and chemicals. J.R.D. Tata was also known for caring about his workers and believed in providing them with good working conditions. He was a man of vision, hard work and honesty. In 1992, he received the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, for his great service to the nation. So J.R.D. Tata started India's first airline called Tata Airlines in 1932. Later, this airline became Air India, the national airline of the country. Under his leadership, the Tata Group grew into many important areas such as Tata Steel, Tata Cars, Tata Power and Tata Chemicals. J.R.D. Tata was also known for caring about his workers. He believed they should have safe and comfortable working conditions, and he treated them with respect and fairness. He was a man of vision, hard work and honesty. Means he was a great leader who had big ideas, put in real effort and always stayed truthful and fair. In 1992, he was awarded the Bharat Ratna, which is India's highest civilian award, for his outstanding service to the nation. Think about it. What could be the lessons for young entrepreneurs that you can gather from the above case? So what are the lessons from the life of J.R.D. Tata that young entrepreneurs can learn? Lessons for young entrepreneurs from J.R.D. Tata's story: have a vision. Think big and imagine how your ideas can help people and the country. Work hard and be honest. Success comes with hard work and always being truthful. Care for your team. Treat your workers and employees fairly and create a good working environment. Be innovative. Don't be afraid to start something new, like how he started India's first airline. Think beyond profit. Business is not just about making money but also about helping society. Keep learning and growing. Expand your skills and business into different areas, like how the Tata Group grew into steel, cars, power and chemicals. Contribute to the nation. Use your business to make a positive impact on your country and community. Does the existing knowledge of the entrepreneur help in finding solutions to the problem at hand, or do they need to seek other sources? So can an entrepreneur solve problems just using what they already know, or do they sometimes need to learn new things or ask others for help? Answer: Yes, an entrepreneur's existing knowledge, skills, and experience are very helpful in understanding the problem and coming up with solutions. From their experience, they may already know what the problem is, what has worked before, what mistakes to avoid. But sometimes the problem is new or unfamiliar. In that case, the entrepreneur must look for other sources of information like do research, learn new things from books or courses, ask advice from experts. A good entrepreneur uses both their knowledge and also seeks help when needed. This is how they find the best and most innovative solutions. Is profit the only motivation for an entrepreneur? Why or why not? Answer: no, profit is not the only motivation for an entrepreneur. While making money is important for any business, many entrepreneurs are also motivated by other things such as solving a problem. Some entrepreneurs start businesses to fix a problem in society or make life easier, creating something new. Many entrepreneurs love innovation. They enjoy building new products or services, helping people or the environment. Some businesses are started to support farmers, improve education, protect nature, or serve the poor. Building something of their own. Entrepreneurs often want to be independent, follow their passion, and create something they can be proud of. Example, J.D. Tata started Air India not just for profit, but because he dreamed of giving India its own airline. He also cared about his workers and believed businesses should help the country. So, a successful entrepreneur balances both. They earn profit and try to make a positive difference in the world. What are the other personality traits required to be a successful entrepreneur? A personality trait is a quality or habit that is part of a person's character, like being honest, brave, or hardworking. To be a successful entrepreneur, just having a good idea is not enough. The person must also have the right mindset and qualities to make that idea work. Here are some important personality traits every young entrepreneur should develop. First one, confidence. Believe in your idea and in yourself, even when others doubt you. Determination. Never give up easily. Keep trying even if things go wrong. Creativity. Think of new and smart ways to solve problems or improve things. Risk-taking ability. By willing to take bold steps and face challenges even if there is a chance of failure. Patience. Success takes time. Entrepreneurs need to stay calm and keep working steadily. Leadership. Being able to guide a team, make decisions, and take responsibility. Adaptability. Be open to change. If something doesn't work, try a new idea. Good communication skills. Be able to clearly share your ideas and listen to others. J.D. Tata had many of these traits. He was confident, visionary, hardworking, and honest. That's why he became one of India's most successful entrepreneurs. Technology, an enabler of production. Technology means the application of scientific knowledge. For example, a camera converts light into electrical signals to create a digital image. Any production-related activity uses some form of technology. Some early forms of technology that have existed since ancient times are still in use today. So, technology means using science to make our work easier and better. For example, when you take a picture with a camera, it uses light and changes it into electrical signals to create a digital photo. That's science being used in a smart way. That is technology. Almost everything we make or build today, from clothes and houses to phones and vehicles, involves some kind of technology. Even in ancient times, people used tools, wheels, and farming methods that were early forms of technology. Some of those simple tools and ideas are still useful and used even today. Today, newer and advanced technological developments are applied in various areas, making our lives easier. For example, payments can be made at the click of a button through UPI, that is, Unified Payments Interface. Farmers can get advanced weather updates. Global positioning systems, that is GPS, can discover the shortest routes for transporting goods and so on. So today we use new and advanced technology in many parts of our lives, and it makes things much easier. For example, we don't always need to carry cash. People can send or receive money just by clicking a button using UPI, that is Unified Payments Interface. Farmers can check weather updates before they plant or harvest their crops. GPS, that is Global Positioning System, helps drivers find the fastest and shortest way to reach their destination, which is very useful for delivering goods quickly. So these are just a few ways in which modern technology is helping us every day. Figure 7.18, Drones spraying fertilizers to improve crop health. Drones are small flying machines that can be controlled remotely. In farming, drones are used to spray fertilizers and pesticides over crops. This helps farmers save time, reach large areas quickly, and make sure the crops stay healthy. Drones also reduce the need for human labor in difficult and dangerous areas. Figure 7.19, Robots assisting in surgical processes. So in modern hospitals, robots are now being used to help doctors during surgeries. These robots can perform very delicate and accurate movements, which helps in complex operations. They reduce the chances of mistakes and help patients recover faster. Doctors control the robots using special computers. So these are also some examples where modern technology is used today. Have you noticed how old technology gets replaced by a new, better one? So you might have noticed that as time passes, we stop using old machines or tools because new ones are invented that work better. New technology often does the same job more quickly, easily, or smartly. So we start using the new one instead of the old one. This process makes it easier for people and businesses to get things done and improve how they work. For example, instead of sending letters by post, we now use email to communicate with people quickly and at a lower cost. However, remember that technological progress does not always mean replacing old technologies. Some like pulleys and wheelbarrows are still in use. So this change in technology that helps people and businesses do their work faster and better. For example, earlier people used to send letters by post, which took many days. Now we can send emails which reach in seconds and cost much less. But remember, not all old technologies go away. Some tools like pulleys, which is used to lift heavy things, you can see in this picture. A pulley used in boats. It is a simple machine that helps us lift heavy objects more easily. It is made up of a wheel with a rope or a chain wrapped around it. When you pull the rope, the pulley changes the direction of the force, making it easier to lift things up. And wheelbarrows. You can see in this picture a wheelbarrow on a construction site. A wheelbarrow is a small cart with one wheel at the front and two handles at the back. It helps us carry heavy things easily by rolling them instead of lifting them. So pulleys and wheelbarrows are still useful and are used even today. So new technology doesn't always mean we stop using the old ones. Now let's look at examples of how technology is helping students learn, build new skills and find jobs. Technology paving the way for accessing knowledge, skills and job opportunities. A variety of online courses are available to students through government platforms like SWAYAM, study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds, which offers courses for grade 9 onwards and operates on massive open online courses, MOOCs, through which learners can explore subjects like robotics, aquaculture, textile printing and so on that are free of cost. Students benefit from learning at their own pace from anywhere while pursuing other jobs or courses. So today technology is helping people learn new things and find better jobs. For example, the government has started an online learning platform called SWAYAM. that is study with of active learning for young aspiring minds. It gives free online courses for students from grade 9 onwards. Through this platform, students can learn many different subjects like robotics, aquaculture, that is farming of fish and water animals, and textile printing, printing designs on clothes. These courses are available through MOOCs, that is Massive Open Online Courses, and they are free. Students can learn from anywhere at their own pace, which means you can pause, replay or rewatch lessons and take more times on topics that are hard and move quickly through the topics you already understand. This helps you learn better. So you are learning at your own pace, that is at the speed that suits you best. And you can study all these courses while doing other courses or jobs. Online portals like the government's National Career Service help people find job opportunities across various sectors, from plumbing to accounting. This is how technology has eliminated geographical barriers, allowing people access to knowledge, skill development, and jobs in India and abroad. The services to these online portals can be accessed through the following links. So technology has also made it easier for people to find job opportunities. For example, the government has started an online website called the National Career Service. This website helps people find jobs in many different fields like plumbing, accounting, and more. Because of such online portals, people can search and apply for jobs from anywhere, even from their homes. They can find jobs not only in India but also in other countries. This shows how technology removes distance and makes it easier for people to access knowledge, skills, and job opportunities. These online services can be used by visiting the following links. Let's explore. Can you think of some technological advancements that have impacted the lives of people and communities around you? Talk to elders at home and in the neighborhood about it. So you need to think of some technological advancements that have changed the way people live and work in your family or neighborhood. Technological advancements means the improvements or new inventions in technology. You can talk to your parents, grandparents or neighbors and ask what kind of technology did they use when they were younger. What new technologies do they use now? And how has life become easier or different because of these changes? You might hear examples like mobile phones replacing landline phones, online shopping instead of going to markets, digital payments like UPI instead of using cash, and so on. Think of an invention that you would like to make to solve a problem. Write its related information on a piece of paper, such as its name, what it does, and how it works, sketches or drawings of what it would look like, and so on. Discuss with your classmates. So, you need to think of a new invention that could solve a real-life problem. It could help your home, school, community, or even the whole world. On a piece of paper, write the following. Name of your invention. What problem it solves. What it does, that is, how is it helpful? How it works. Is it powered by electricity, solar energy, or something else? A sketch or drawing of what your invention would look like. Any special features or smart technology it uses. After you finish, share your invention with your classmates. You can explain how it works and why you think it will help people. How are the factors connected? The factors land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, and technology are combined to produce goods and services, and the proportion of each factor used depends on the product. For example, output from the agriculture, construction, and handicraft sectors relies more on labor and thus is labor intensive, while semiconductor chips or satellites require more capital, specialized machinery, and are capital intensive. So, to produce any good or services, we need some basic inputs. These are called factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, and technology. Different products require these factors in different amounts. For example, farming, construction work, and handicrafts need a lot of human labor. So we call them labor-intensive activities. On the other hand, making semiconductor chips or satellites needs expensive machines, advanced tools, and high investment. So these industries are called capital intensive. These factors complement each other and are interconnected. In case of some missing or misused factors, production can become inefficient or can be halted. However, in some cases, new techniques can change the proportion used and output. For instance, increased machine use in agriculture can lower dependence on labor. So, all factors of production are interconnected, meaning they must work together. If one factor is not available or is used wrongly, for example, no labor or faulty machines, production will slow down or stop completely. Sometimes, new techniques or machines help change the way production is done. For example, when machines like tractors and harvesters are used in agriculture, the need for human labor decreases and production becomes faster and more efficient. Similarly, 3D printing can help revive the dying art forms in textiles by producing handloom products at a large scale to serve the market. The production inputs are available at different geographic locations. Businesses can procure them from these varied locations and combine the inputs to produce goods and services. Thus, the geographic interconnectedness provides businesses with access to varied inputs. However, production activities sometimes face severe supply chain challenges. The supply chain is a network of individuals, organizations, resources, activities, and technology that are involved in the production and sale of goods. So, just like machines change agriculture, new technologies like 3D printing can help revive traditional textile and handloom art forms. These products, which were earlier made only in small quantities, can now be produced on a larger scale and sold in the market. The inputs needed for production, such as raw materials, machines, and labor, are found in different parts of the world. Businesses bring these inputs together from various locations to make goods and services. This connection between different places is called geographic interconnectedness, and it helps businesses get all the inputs they need. However, sometimes production is affected due to problems in the supply chain. The supply chain includes all the people, organizations, activities, resources, and technology involved in making a product and delivering it to the customer. When a disruption in the supply chain occurs due to relying on sources from far-off places instead of local inputs, it results in a halt in the production process, as was the case during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, when industries depend on raw materials or parts coming from distant places instead of local sources, any problem in transport or movement can disturb production. During the COVID-19 pandemic, lockdowns and travel restrictions stopped the movement of goods. Because of this, factories did not receive the required inputs on time, which halted production in many industries. This clearly shows how supply chain disruptions can affect production. Don't miss out. India is the world's second largest mobile phone manufacturer after China in 2025. Let's understand these ideas through a flow chart depicting mobile phone manufacturing. Figure 7.23, the process of mobile phone assembly. So here, the manufacturing of a mobile phone follows a step-by-step process. First, the R&D team designs the phone and decides on new features. R&D stands for Research and Development. An R&D team is a group of experts who research new ideas and develop improvements. Their job is to design new products, add new features, and improve existing products before they are made in large quantities. Then, land is acquired and a factory is set up to manufacture the phones. After that, all the required raw materials and parts are collected. Next, the components are assembled and the necessary software is installed. Once assembled, each phone is tested carefully to check its quality, performance, and proper function. Phones that pass the test are sent for mass production and packaging. Finally, the finished phones are distributed to retail stores from where customers can buy them. Human effort is involved at every stage of production to design, supervise, and improve products and processes. For example, teams of software, electrical, and mechanical engineers, along with project managers, use their expertise to develop a product. The entrepreneur provides guidance on how resources should be used. Then procuring resources like land, factory space, machinery, and skilled workers requires financial resources. Together, all these inputs are essential, working like puzzle pieces to create the goods and services we rely on. So, at every stage of production, human effort plays an important role. People are needed to design products, supervise work, and make improvements. For example, software, electrical, and mechanical engineers, along with project managers, work together using their knowledge to develop a good product. The entrepreneur decides how different resources should be used efficiently. To arrange land, factory buildings, machines, and skilled workers, money is also required. All these inputs, that is human effort, resources, and finance, work together like pieces of a puzzle to create the goods and services that we use in our daily life. Responsibilities towards factors of production. When we produce goods, we use natural resources like land, water, and minerals. However, these resources are limited and can be harmed if we are not careful. For example, in Tamil Nadu, many people earn money by working in leather factories. This helps the local economy, but the waste from these factories can pollute rivers and soil. So, to produce goods, we use natural resources such as land, water, and minerals. These resources are limited, so they must be used carefully. Industries use these resources to produce goods and also provide employment, helping the local economy. For example, in Tamil Nadu, many people earn a living by working in leather factories. While this benefits the economy, the waste released from these factories can pollute rivers and soil if it is not treated properly. In the same way, when old smartphones are not recycled properly, harmful substances like lead and mercury can leak into the ground and water. This pollution can be dangerous for people, animals, and plants. That is why it is important for producers to use natural resources responsibly, so that we can meet our needs today without making it harder for future generations to meet theirs. They should try to reduce waste, avoid pollution, and protect the environment while making products. So similarly, when old and discarded smartphones are not recycled properly, harmful substances like lead and mercury can mix with soil and water. This type of pollution is very dangerous for people, animals, and plants. Therefore, it is important that producers use natural resources responsibly. The aim should be to meet our needs today without creating problems for future generations. To do this, producers must try to reduce waste, avoid pollution, and protect the environment while manufacturing goods. Think about it. How are local communities and biodiversity affected by such activities? Do you also know some places around you that have seen water and land degradation over time? Discuss in class. Biodiversity refers to the different types of life forms that exist around us. This includes all living things such as trees, animals, birds, fish, and even small insects. So, this question is asking you to do two things. Explain how harmful production activities affect local people and nature. Then, think of real places around you where land or water has become polluted or damaged over time. Sample answer: effect on local communities. Pollution of land and water affects the health and livelihood of local people. Contaminated water can cause diseases, reduce crop production, and affect fishing and farming activities. This leads to loss of income and poor living conditions. Effect on biodiversity. Polluted soil and water harm plants, animals, and aquatic life. Many species may die or migrate due to lack of clean water and food. Over time, this leads to a loss of biodiversity. Local examples: In many areas, rivers polluted by industrial waste, dumping of garbage, or excessive use of chemicals have led to water and land degradation. Such places show how continuous pollution can damage the environment over time. So, it is important for producers to adopt sustainable practices to replenish natural resources for future use. Sustainable means using resources in a careful and responsible way so that they last for a long time and are available for the future. Replenishing means refilling, restoring, or replacing something that has been used up. For example, planting new trees after cutting old ones helps in replenishing forest. So, it is important for producers to adopt sustainable practices while producing goods. When we use natural resources like water, soil, or forest, we should also take steps to restore them. This act of bringing resources back to their original or usable level is called replenishing. By doing so, producers can meet present needs without harming the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Figure 7.24, recycling industrial wastewater before releasing it into water bodies. Industries generate a lot of wastewater during production. If this water is released directly into rivers or lakes, it can cause serious water pollution. Therefore, wastewater should be treated and recycled before being released. This process removes harmful substances and helps protect water bodies and the environment, making industrial production more sustainable. Figure 7.25, use of recycled products as inputs. So, recycling means using products again instead of throwing them away. When recycled products are used as inputs for production, it reduces the amount of waste generated. This also helps in saving natural resources like water, minerals, and energy. By using recycled materials, industries can make production more environment friendly and sustainable. Apart from land and natural resources, businesses have responsibilities towards their workers and employees, which are summarized below. So, apart from using land and natural resources, businesses also have important responsibilities towards their workers and employees. Taking care of workers is essential for smooth and fair production. These responsibilities help ensure safe working conditions, fair treatment, and overall well-being of employees, which are necessary for sustainable and ethical business practices. Now, we will see how businesses are expected to take care of their workers and employees. Fair compensation and working conditions. Employers need to ensure that workers are paid fairly for their labor and that they work in a safe environment. So, businesses have to pay workers fair compensation for the work they do. Workers should receive wages that match their effort and skill. Along with their fair wages, employers must also provide safe and healthy working conditions. A safe workplace helps prevent accidents and protects the health and well-being of workers. Skill development and training. There is a responsibility to invest in training and education to ensure that workers develop the skills necessary to remain competitive in the labor market. So, businesses also have a responsibility to support skill development and training for their workers. By providing training and education, workers can learn new skills and improve existing ones. This helps them stay competitive in the labor market and perform their jobs better. Skill development is beneficial for both workers and businesses as it increases productivity and job security. Workplace rights and protections. Laws and regulations for workers' rights relating to fair treatment, preventing discrimination, and providing benefits like healthcare or paid leave should be adhered to. So, every worker has certain rights and protections under the law. Businesses must ensure fair treatment and should not discriminate against workers on any basis. Employers are also required to provide benefits such as health care and paid leave as the rules and regulations. By following labor laws, businesses create a fair, safe, and supportive workplace for their employees. Businesses are motivated to address social and environmental concerns in their operations to benefit society and biodiversity through corporate social responsibility, that is CSR. This includes reducing polluting activities, addressing the well-being of local communities, treating employees and customers with respect, and so on. So, businesses do not work only to earn profit. They also have responsibilities towards society and the environment. These responsibilities are carried out through corporate social responsibility, that is CSR. Under CSR, businesses try to reduce pollution, protect nature, and support the well-being of local communities. They also ensure that employees and customers are treated with respect and fairness. In this way, CSR helps businesses contribute positively to society and biodiversity. Don't miss out. India was the first nation in the world to bring a corporate social responsibility law in 2014 that mandated companies to spend 2% of their average profits to the last 3 years on CSR activities. So, India became the first country in the world to introduce a law that made corporate social responsibility compulsory in 2014. According to this law, certain companies must spend 2% of their average profit earned over the last 3 years on CSR activities. This money is used for activities such as environmental protection, education, healthcare, and community development. The aim of this law is to ensure that businesses not only earn profits but also give back to society and contribute to national development. Before we move on, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship are factors of production that are used in a particular proportion to produce goods and services. These factors complement each other and are interconnected. So, to produce any goods or service, we need land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. These are called factors of production. They are not used in the same amount every time. Instead, they are combined in different proportions depending on what is being produced. All these factors work together and support one another. If one factor is missing, production may slow down or stop. This shows that the factors of production are interconnected and interdependent. Human capital is the knowledge, skills, experience, and ability of individuals that contribute to their ability to perform work and create economic value. It is influenced by education, training, health, use of technology, and social context that make people more productive in the workforce. So, human capital means the qualities that people have which help them to do their work better. This includes their knowledge, skills, experience, and abilities. When people are well educated, properly trained, healthy, and able to use technology, they become more productive in the workforce. Education, training, good health, and a supportive social environment all help in building human capital. Strong human capital increases productivity and helps the economy grow. The resources help in the production of goods and services that serve society and need to be preserved and utilized judiciously. So, resources play an important role in the production of goods and services that meet the needs of society. Since many resources are limited, they should not be wasted or misused. It is important to preserve resources and use them carefully and responsibly, so they remain available for both present and future needs. So with this, we have completed the chapter, The Factors of Production. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye-bye.